Welcome back to the Upper Echelon Podcast, where we keep it real and we keep it jiggy over here. Cause why? Cause we ain't never ever scared. Please hit that like button on your way in. Make sure that you hit the notification bell and make sure that you share the video if you choose to. Also subscribe if you're not already. How y'all doing early this morning? I figured I'd jump in real quick because I said that I was gonna go live tonight and I last night and I ended up changing my mind because y'all, eh, I I was gonna break down Sean's live because it was a lot that I disagreed with and that I wanted to break down. But then I thought about it and I was like, you know what? You know, how can I say this? Um, After a certain point, now when it comes to my channel, I'm gonna talk about whatever social media influencer or celebrity that I want to, as much as I want to. Okay, because that's what they signed up for. But when it comes to another content creator, I don't really feel comfortable breaking down everything that they do because at a certain point, in my opinion, it for me starts to make me feel like I'm picking, and I don't want to feel like that because hey, I don't agree with it, but everybody has a right to feel how they want to feel and do what they want to do and say what they want to say, whether or not I agree or not. And no amount of me going live about it and picking is going to change it. So, I went live once. I expressed how I felt. She spoke on how she felt. It just is what it is. So there's no point in continuously critiquing every single thing that she says, even though I don't agree with it at all. But I'm not going to keep on covering it. You know what I mean? So let's move on from that. I just wanted to explain why I didn't go live last night. What's going on, Cheryl? Hey, Latae. Hey, Josephine. Hey, I'm Chosen. Melissa Santana. Robin Lotz. Miss Netnet. Rolanda. Mary Walker. Y'all in here. Hey, Candy Kisses. Hey, Impeccable Shoe Game. Spicy Brown. What's going on, girl? Hey, Treasure Life. You know what, Treasure Life? Are you the same treasure from? Because I think I got another treasure. Are you the same person? Because sometimes I see that treasure and sometimes I see you. I never see y'all together. So are you the same person? Hey, Jackie Rogers. Hey, Lasandra. Hey, Dee Dee. Hey, Ruby Dixon. Hey, Honey Williams. Hey, Rosalind Crawford. Hey, Deborah. Hey, Ronithia. Good morning. Good morning, Tracy. Uh, hey, Martha. Hey, Tina. Pammy Pooh. I think I said hey to Ronithia. Let's see. Did I miss anybody? Did I miss? Hey, Red Red. What's going on, sis? Hey, Miss Sexy Ray. Hey, Malibu. Hey, Deborah. Good morning. I'm trying to get everybody this morning, y'all. Hey, Lila. Black Widow. Hey, Patricia. Thank you, Candy Kisses. I appreciate that. Who's texting me? Oh. I'm sorry if anybody's texting that may be subscribed. I'm not going to be able to respond because I'm live, obviously. Hey, Tanisha. Hey, Dee Dee. Let's see. Miss Lily, Tanisha, Cheryl Wagner. Who did I miss? Karen Lee, In Excess, Queen Sag. Melissa said Child of Moore was wrong last night, posting that lady Facebook page last night and talking about 2K mom. She went too far. Yeah, I don't watch Amore anymore. I don't pay her any attention. That's her business. Whatever she want to do over there is what she want to do. I choose not to make my platform about tearing any of the content creators down here on YouTube. That's my choice. Whatever that lady over there chooses to do is her business. I'm not gonna be watching it. Hey, Tony. And honestly, a lot of y'all wouldn't know what she was doing if y'all wasn't watching. Don't watch it. I mean, if y'all don't agree with it, I don't. I don't watch stuff that I don't like. Hey Lena, it's a lot of y'all, man. Hey A Stokes. Did I miss anybody? No, I didn't. I said, hey Red, hey sis. Let's get into the topic, y'all. So last night I actually ended up And then we're gonna do. I wanna look at this throwback video with y'all that I found on YouTube with the Latruths. But I want to show y'all something. This kind of reminded me. I know that it's a bit drastic. It's not necessarily it's not necessarily exactly what Brianna is going through, but Brianna's situation really, really reminds me of a desperate single mother. If do I have any single moms inside of the in the crowd? Because if I do, then a lot of y'all may be able to resonate with what I'm talking about. Okay, there is a epidemic of women that are willing to pretty much put up. Hold on one second. Hey Siri, put my phone on do not disturb. There is a epidemic of women, single moms, who really just will date any and everybody, regardless of their background, regardless of their track record, just to say, hey, I have a man. Because here's the thing, when it comes to a woman having children with no partner, that's a clear sign and a clear indication that they've had a failed relationship, right? And a lot of women, especially black women, and this is a very passionate topic for me, especially black women. And the reason I say this is because y'all, we've seen this in this sector, just in this sector alone. We've seen criticism coming from other black women who probably didn't even have their daddy in their damn life, okay, who their parents probably wasn't even together, who sit around and criticize other women for being single. They criticize other women for not having a significant other, or not still being with their child's father, or whatever the case is, because I've heard it. I've heard people say it to me. I've heard people say it to others. It's used as an insult, as a matter of fact. A lot of these black women, not just in this sector, but just in general, a lot of black women, when they're fighting or if they're getting into it, one of the first things that they say is, well, you ain't got no man. And I just be like, what? Like, I guess because I was not raised that way. And I was not raised by a woman who had that type of thinking. As a matter of fact, the women in my family, and just the women in general that I surround myself with, do not define who they are, or they don't feel like their value has somehow increased because they're in a relationship. Your value is increased because of your accomplishments and because of who you are. But from what I'm seeing, just from observing, this sector, and just observing a lot of the insults that I've seen thrown around, I'm guessing that it's an insult to tell somebody that they're single. So I guess that that's an insult, right? So um, I really wish that that would stop. And the reason that I say that is because, due to the negative stigma behind being single, especially behind being a black single woman with children, there's a negative stigma that I feel pushes women into trying to get into relationships before they're ready, number one. Also, the negative stigma also pushes women into getting into relationships with people that they know that they should not be in relationships with. So they're willing to bear the abuse, they're willing to endure um basically being unhappy secretly, just so that they can come publicly and say, well, I got a man. To me that's lame. Okay, to me that's lame. I think that it makes way more sense to remain single, to focus on raising your children, to put your energy into, because when you're dating takes time, right? Okay, dating takes time. You have to go on dates. You have to put your energy into outings. You have to meet family. You have to give your partner a little bit of your attention and time. But when you're raising children, whether it be 1, 3, or 5, you have to split that energy. Now you have to make the decision on what's more important as a single mom. And that's not me saying that single moms can't date, because they can. But don't do it before you're ready, and definitely don't do it because you feel like it's an embarrassment not to have a partner as a single woman with children. Okay. This particular story that I watched is on a channel on YouTube called Horrendous Crimes. Thank you, Boo. Thank you, Rat Rat. I appreciate that. Hey, D Ham. Let me read this comment before I get started. Um, Impeccable Shoe Game said, when I left my husband, my children were small, and I waited to even be in a serious relationship until they were adults. Honestly, you know what, Impeccable Shoe Game? I feel like that is so commendable because here's the thing. As a woman, and I'm not saying that men don't have the same responsibility to their children, because they do, but 9 times out of 10, okay, come on, we live in a real world. Most of the time, the kids live with the mama, unless there's something wrong with the mama, or unless the child just wants to live with the father. For the most part, the children live with their mom. Okay, I feel like it is such a sacrifice, and it is such a commendable sacrifice to say, you know what, I'm going to put my children's needs over mine. Because that's exactly what you're doing when you make the conscious decision, because that's what I've done. Anybody can just go out here and find a jailbird, or you know, somebody that ain't got no job, or somebody with 5 baby mamas, or anybody could go out there and find somebody, okay, to bring into their house and a playhouse with. Anybody can do that. It's not hard. And pretend to live a married life with no commitment. Okay, anybody can do that. But when you make the conscious decision to say, you know what, I'm going to put my energies and my focus into what matters, and that's my kids, I think that that's a very commendable sacrifice. Now, there are certain situations where, as a single woman, you know, God, and I feel like, you know, and I'm throwing God in there because I feel like God sends you the person that you're supposed to be with. The problem is that a lot of single women, just due to the negative stigma of being single with children, a lot of these women go out here and seek a partner and search for a partner. And I don't think that is how it works. I think that what happens is you should work on yourself and allow the right person to find you. Okay. Now, in this particular story, this mother, I believe she had 2 children. I watched it last night. She didn't know that her partner was a registered offender until she got with him. She ended up finding out. He went to jail for it. She advocated for him to get out of jail. Once he was released from jail, he ended up unaliving her and her children. Okay, so we're gonna get into this story really quick. Okay, I'm not gonna be live long either, but I just wanna. Okay, thank you, Robin Buttercup. Thank you, Tanisha. Thank you, I'm chosen. Okay, y'all showing love this morning. All right. Thank you again, I'm chosen. I appreciate you. Okay, so let's get into this video really quick. We're gonna play some of it. I'm gonna give my commentary on it.
This is the story of Schinara Patterson, a beautiful, kind, fun-loving woman who married an abusive child molester and advocated for his release from jail. He then murdered her and her children shortly after. The story takes us to Las Vegas, Nevada, a popular vacation destination known as the entertainment capital of the world. Boasting large luxurious casino hotels, a buzzing nightlife with non-stop adult entertainment branding its Sin City. The Bellagio Conservatory and Botanical Gardens each season transform to a new experience. Free iconic shows along the Las Vegas Strip, such as the Bellagio Fountain Show and the Mirage Volcano Show. Top-notch restaurants and eateries with fine wines. And food galore. Schinara grew up in a loving, nurturing home in Long Beach, California, where she was afforded the opportunity to freely express herself. At an early age, she realized and have the utmost fun. Daughter Zemira in September 2022 and had been Marvin fit in was able to walk her down the aisle. Marvin fit in perfectly with her previous children, and everything was going great on the home front. But Marvin had a demon and held a secret. He likes little girls and had been molesting little girls since 2013. Schinara had no idea until he was arrested in October of 2022, and she was given the details of his lengthy child sex abuse charges, including 5 counts of lewdness with a child under the age of 14, 2 counts of sexual assault with a minor under the age of 16, 1 count of lewdness with a child under the age of 16, and 1 count of first-degree kidnapping of a minor. According to KTNV, police arrest reports revealed that 4 different children told police they had been sexually abused by Marvin. Child number 1 said that Marvin touched her inappropriately in 2020. He came into her bedroom while she was sleeping and touched her in a private area which made her feel uncomfortable. She subsequently told a family member in 2022, and they took her to report it to the police then. Child number 2 said that on February 7, 2022, while she was alone in her cousin's bedroom, Marvin approached her from behind, hugged her, and touched her private part through her clothing. She then left the room, went downstairs, and told her mom.
Now, just letting you know that until all of these charges came about, just in case y'all didn't catch it. So she did not know at that point. So she did not know until these allegations started coming out, and then he ended up getting caught. Okay. But eventually she found out. Okay. And then afterwards, she advocated for his release. Thank you, Karen Lee. Thank you, Simone, for those super chats. Super stickers.
Child number 3 said that in the summer of 2014, while she was at her sister's apartment alone with Marvin, he requested that they play fight. He then wrapped his arm around her, pulled her onto his lap, pulled down his pants, then pulled down her pants and underwear, and attempted to sexually assault her. She then bit him on his arm, at which point he told her that bite would not deter him. However, he let go of her and apologized, saying it would never happen again. She told her family about it in 2022. And child number 4 told police she experienced 3 different incidents with Marvin. The first was in 2021 when he tried to grope her. The second was between 2021 and 2022 while she was sleeping at her cousin's house. She woke up to Marvin rubbing her private parts as her cousin started to assault her. However, she was able to wiggle away after 2 months. Ford, run out of the bedroom. But Schinara did not believe Marvin was capable of such evil, as that was not the person she knew. His bail was then set at $100,000 by a judge, which he could not afford, but was later reduced to $10,000 by another judge, Diana Sullivan, after 2 months. The prosecutors argued against.
So you heard what the video says. So why do y'all think that Schinara didn't believe that her husband had done all of these things to these children, because she said that's not the man that she married? I personally believe that she did believe it, but she was in denial. To me, it is so crazy, and really is just beyond comprehension how desperate. And I hate to, and I don't want to disrespect the deceased, but let's just be honest. We have to be candid about this type of situation. No disrespect, but we have to be candid about this situation. When you have to be so desperate to know that your husband has been accused by several little girls and still not believe it, still make the choice not to believe it, and still have your children around this person. Okay, that shows not only does that show desperation, but and I ain't gonna be live long. So this that I'm getting ready to bring up next is more of a lengthy conversation, but I do want to kind of squeeze it into the commentary really quickly. Another problem that we have within the Black community, and this is not just with women, Black people, and I'm speaking to Black people, okay? Who else all up in here? Hey, Look the Book. Hey, Lucky 8. Hey, everybody new coming in. Hey, Miss Sexy Ray. Hey, Rebecca. Who else came in? Let me just say this, and this might ruffle a few feathers, but In the Black community, I'm gonna say we because I'm a part of the Black community, even though I don't struggle with this issue. We are far too forgiving of child molestation. We are far too forgiving when it comes to child molestation. I don't understand it. I don't get it, but it happens time and time again in Black families. And the things that they do, what they do is they brush it under the rug. We've actually seen it right here on social media in this sector. We got a whole convicted child molester here on the YouTube platform and on Facebook. And we have watched. Now I'm about to sit up in my chair because I'm getting heated, right? We have literally watched, and I'm 37, so I'm gonna call them my elders. We have watched our Black women elders who, and women are supposed to be the biggest protectors of children because we bear children, right? But we have watched the Black elders in this sector literally embrace a child molester. Have we not? Now they can argue with it all day long. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to drag nobody, but I'm just calling it how I see it. It is far. I don't know if it's a taught behavior or what, but the Black community, so for some reason, feels like a person, a man or a woman, can sexually assault a child, and for some reason they feel like that's a forgivable offense. What's going on, Toya? They think like that's not no big deal. Oh, it happened. Okay, so we gotta go ahead and get over it. It's don't let it be a family member. If it's a family member or something, then they really gonna sweep it under the rug. Or if Uncle Ray Ray or Uncle Pookie or one of them done, touch one of the nieces or the cousins or the nephew. Oh, that just happens sometimes. You just gotta get over it. Cousin Pookie is like that. I don't know what's going on in the Black community, but hello, that's not normal. It's not normal. It is an abomination, in my opinion, to take a child's innocence in that way. It's unforgivable. I don't care if you did it 20 weeks ago or 20 years ago. The only entity in the world that is expected to forgive that offense is the Most High. I'm not. So the fact that we even see here on this platform Black adult grown elder women embrace a child molester is disturbing, and it also speaks to what I'm saying here. We got to start taking that type of stuff a little bit more serious, because another thing that I find disturbing, I'm gonna just say, because I don't want to get on anybody in particular, but I think y'all know who I'm talking about. Okay, this guy, I'm just gonna say this guy because I don't even want to say his name on my. That's how disgusting he is to me. I don't even want to say his name on my platform, but because I already know y'all know who I'm talking about. This guy has been embraced by the older women in this sector, and a lot of them say that they're not going to hold something against him that he did years and years and years ago. You can forget, even though he's still lying and saying he didn't do it, even though we've seen the documentation. I'm trying not to get too far off topic. Okay, I feel like, how disgusting is that? Because you say you're not going to hold something against him for doing it years and years ago. Do you or do you not realize that a victim of sexual assault never gets over it? You understand that, right? A child that has experienced sexual assault by an adult has to live with that for the rest of their lives. So you can say, oh, it's no big deal, he did that 10 years ago. But just understanding now in present day, that child is still dealing with the fact that their innocence was stolen by some freaky ass nigga that couldn't control himself. So just understand that. And that's the type of shit that they embrace over there while they sit around talking about what the fuck they don't respect. I'm getting to, now let me get back on topic. Because if you respect a child molester, and I wouldn't give a fuck if you never respected me. So let me get back on topic because I'm getting off. But that is a prime example. Y'all watching it here in real time. A whole child molester sitting on Facebook and YouTube being embraced by black elders. And that is what I mean when I say that we do not take child molestation seriously enough in the black community, and it really needs to stop. All the way to the point where this woman heard that this man was sitting around messing with little kids, went to jail for it, and still advocated for him and let him back around her kids. Because number one, she's not taking it seriously enough. And number two, she's scared to raise her children alone. And she's scared to face the negative stigma and the criticism of being a black single mother with kids, because that is a statistic that nobody wants to be. So you rather sacrifice the safety of your children so that the people on the outside don't say, oh, there she goes. She probably got 5 baby daddies. You know how they do black single moms. That's doing they shit. You know how they do us. So that's what it is. Okay, so let's get back to
Marvin's bail being less than the $100,000, and the district attorney Steve Wolfson agreed, asking why should kids be subjected to this kind of heinous act as a result of the murderer's problems in life. However, the judge decided to lower his bail to $10,000 anyway, especially since his wife Schinara, his brother, and his ex-girlfriend advocated for his release, and Marvin was able to make bail using a Las Vegas bail company. While all of this was going on, Schinara was struggling emotionally and financially. She had lost her dad shortly after he walked her down the aisle on her wedding day in 2019, and she still had not fully recovered. He was her main source of support in her support system, and losing him took a huge toll on her. Adding to that was the pandemic in 2020, which affected her businesses massively. Not many people were getting their hair done or hosting events during that time, and business almost came to a halt for Schinara. And then losing that backup financial support that she usually gets from Marvin was no longer available due to his legal issues. And now that Marvin was released from jail, he still was not able to be of help to Schinara financially because...
So now not only is this a old freaky ass tickle dick ass nigga that like to touch on kids, but then he also ain't got no motherfucking job. You think I would, child nigga, I wish I would. So he's not even helping financially. So the only thing he helping you with is the bedroom. Girl, they make way too many toys. They make way too many toys for you to have to be sitting up here putting up with that. I'm sorry. Ain't got no job. At this point, he's a convicted felon and a registered sex offender. Okay. And this is what you want to lay up with. And this shows the desperation within our community. This shows the desperation within our community when it comes to single black mothers. The type of stuff that they will allow in their home and deal with and put up with just to say, look, everybody, I got a man. Like, come on. I stopped it too because let me see. Thank you, Cheryl, for that Cash App. Thank you, Chocolate Mama, for that Cash App. Let's see. Oh, thank you so much. Mentalize just facts. Is this what I think it is? Yeah, it is. You changed your name. What's going on, sis? Morning, sis. Hate to bring us back to the historical place of slavery. A lot of our cultural issues go back to the negativity and what was ingrained in us and spilling over generations. They are still doing it in the system. Facts. A lot of stuff that we deal with, and I think that at this point it's so ingrained that we don't even realize that we're doing it. Okay. We don't even realize that we're doing it. And when I say we, I'm not saying that I have the same school of thought, but what I'm saying is that I include myself because I'm a part of the black community. Martha said it stems from slavery when whites were making certain family members have sex with one. Ooh, child. Y'all gonna make me do another live tonight. We gonna go over this with one another to produce strong workers, like mate dogs, to have the toughest breed, if that makes sense. We're gonna go over that. You know what? I wanna get into that. I want to get into that history lesson. I don't know if I'm gonna do it tonight tomorrow or Saturday. Y'all know me. I don't be knowing when I'm going live. Okay, but that matter of fact, where's my? I want to take a picture of this because I want to talk about that. Okay, about how history. Let me see. About how history really does have an effect on present day, but it comes to a certain point where we have to move past that, right? So we know what we endured, and it's so deeply ingrained in our culture at this point, that of course is not going to happen overnight. But I think that collectively the Black community does need to work uh, past a lot of the issues that you know were ingrained into our culture and slavery. I think it's time. And this is one of the issues that I think that we're having is that everybody, I ain't gonna say everybody, but I've heard a lot of, oh, that's just how Uncle Ray Ray is. Uncle Ray Ray just be playing. No, Uncle Ray Ray is a pedophile. Okay, Uncle Ray Ray is a pedophile and shouldn't be around kids. Oh, Mama, Uncle Ray Ray slapped my butt. He just be playing. Uncle Ray Ray is a pedophile and he shouldn't be in your house. Period. It's just the things that are normalized within our community is very disturbing to me. Rebecca said toys come in different colors. There are too many weak women for there are too many weak women for a man. I'm running. Creed, that weirdo, made a song saying he couldn't get it from a woman, so he took it from a kid. He gonna burn in hell. That's what I think. That's what I think. You gonna burn in hell for what you did. Have fun burning. That's really how I feel, because not only did you commit that offense against a child, but then you to make a song about it and laugh about it. So you don't think there's anything wrong with what you did. You gonna burn in hell. Good luck. Um, Martha said our ancestors thought that was normal, so it really wasn't a big deal to our ancestors. Miss Sexy Ray said I don't like pedals at all. I don't care how long it have been. I want it to be around my facts. I don't care how long ago. If I meet somebody today and they said, "Oh, yeah, I did get in trouble for that, but I was like 15. I don't give a damn. You still did it. I don't know. You might still have it in you. I don't want you around. I don't want you around me or my children." Okay. Um, Let me see. I'm just trying to get caught up on comments before I start back. I haven't. Ricky, is it what streaming site is it on? I've heard of it, but I've never seen it. Rakita said, "Has anyone in the chat ever seen Hidden Colors?" I like this. Hey, his little secret. uh, no, I haven't seen Hidden Colors. I would like to. Let's see. Impeccable Shoe Game said, Uncle Ray Ray is being weird again. No, Uncle Ray Ray is a sick man that has probably molested a bunch of little girls, sadly. Facts. Ain't no telling if he's still doing it now. We don't know what he's doing. You daggone right. Then, not to mention that particular content creator, the sex offender over here on YouTube and Facebook, he actually is married, I think, or either that or she's his girlfriend. And I think that they have kids together. And I even think that she has children that may not be biologically his. I don't know, but I do know that they have kids together. I feel like you got to be a wild girl to sit around and have kids with a registered sex offender. I'm sorry, but to me that's crazy. Um, Thank you, PMAC. PMAC says enjoying this content. It happens so much in the foster care system as well. It really does. And you know what, PMAC? I'm glad you brought that up. And I'm gonna get back to this video. But I'm glad that you brought that up because as you know, or maybe you don't, but I do work within the foster care system. And that does happen. I personally have not seen it myself on my caseloads and stuff like that. Okay, so I haven't seen it, but yes, it does happen. And you want to know what? A lot of times when from my experience, I'm not going to just throw out a fake number with a fake percentage or statistic because I haven't researched it, but from what I've seen with my own eyes, I've noticed that a lot of children that do come into the foster care system are products of single moms. And a lot of times when they come into the foster care system, they're coming into the system because there is someone in the home that is being inappropriate. And when I say inappropriate, it doesn't always have to mean sexual behaviors. It could be domestic violence, beating up the mom in front of the kids, being violent in front of the kids, so on and so forth. And these women, they literally sacrifice the placement and the security of their children, having a safe, secure, and a consistent home life for a man. And it's really sad to where you will allow a man to drive your children into the foster care system because you don't want to put them out your house. Like this is how desperate these women are. I mean, it's sad. Thank you for that 8 month membership. I'm chosen to be rocking with me, boy. I'm chosen been rocking with me since day one. You changed me said they're not married and she doesn't have her first set of kids. They're with her. Really? They're with her mom. Okay. Wow. Mm, mm, mm. So, okay. So let's get back into this.
He was ordered not to be around children under the age of 18 due to his crime type, and so he could not go back to the family home they shared prior to his arrest, and as such, he had to rent an apartment. Meanwhile, Schinara had been trying for months to come to grips with the idea that Marvin may have really hurt those kids. It wasn't one child, it wasn't two, it was four, and God knows how many more that hadn't come forward. And she began to feel hurt and betrayed and was becoming easily irritable, writing, "My attitude came from pain and betrayal. I wasn't always like this." But Schinara was really in love with Marvin and was looking to spend the rest of her life with
And Marvin ain't no looker either.
him. As she wrote on her wedding registry, there comes a time in life when you meet someone that you just want to love and make smile for the rest of your life. It's amazing when
So she's going forward with wedding invitations and everything else. And this is looks like they're taking this seriously. I mean, she goes on to write, "It's amazing when God sends you someone. God didn't send you a child molester, baby girl." But let me continue. "It's amazing when God sends you someone who appreciates you for everything someone else took for granted. Someone who loves me for me, someone who is patient, forgiving, and humble, someone who never belittles me, even in the heat of an argument, someone who can make me laugh, smile, and grow, someone who always looks out for me and wants the very best for me." There's so much that I want to say. Okay. First of all, as I stated, God didn't send you a pedophile. Okay. But when you read, let me see if I can let me see. When you read what she says here, she is making it seem like this guy is the greatest guy in the world. And she's making it seem like, he's this wonderful man. This is what you call this is what most women do. They're going through a whole bunch of shit in the back end, because we've already heard that Marvin didn't have no job. He wasn't helping out in the home financially. He is at this point a registered offender, and he's also a felon. But on her wedding invitation, she writes all of these beautiful words about him. Let me give y'all a secret. 9 times out of 10, when a woman is speaking so highly of their significant other or whatever the case is, like how she's doing, I hate to say it, and I'm not trying to sound negative, but 9 times out of 10, it's a big lie. When you see somebody consistently posting their partner all the time, like to the point where it becomes excessive, they're lying. They're unhappy. But what they're doing is they're trying to prove to you that they're happy. They fighting, trust me, they're fighting like cats and dogs. He ain't shit. Because anytime that you have to do all of that and say all of these things to show the world how happy you are and how great this person is, it's more so of you trying to convince everyone else. I just seen your comment. You changed me. You know what? But I'm gonna say this. It's more so, in my opinion, it's more so of you trying to convince others. You're trying to convince others of how great this person is. You know that he is not that. So just for you guys to know in the future, when you see somebody that is constantly just like Brianna, this is how I knew. I don't know how anyone else knew, but I knew that Brianna was unhappy. I knew that Brianna was probably being abused. I knew that she was not being treated well. The reason I knew that is because every time you turned around, she was posting how happy she was. When you're truly happy, you don't have to prove it to the internet. And this right here is a wedding invitation, so I understand why she's posting this as a wedding invitation. But I'm just speaking on it because what she wrote about him is so beautiful versus what her reality actually was. So you can't really take what somebody is saying and presenting on the forefront as face value. They could really be dealing with a monster behind closed doors. Um,
God sends you someone who appreciates you for everything someone else took for granted. Someone who loves me for me. Someone who is patient, forgiving, and humble. Someone who never belittles me even in the heat of an argument. Someone who can make me laugh, smile, and grow. Someone who always looks out for me and wants the very best for me. And for that, I will never take you for granted, and I thank God for sending me my soulmate. Falling in love is like finding a part of you that you didn't realize you was missing, and then suddenly you meet someone who completes you and makes you feel whole.
Oh, hey, Blue. Thank you so much, Blueberry Boots, for that super chat. And happy birthday. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Let me get a happy birthday in the chat for Blueberry Boots. Thank you so much for that super chat, Blueberry. She says, I'm sharing my lunch with you today on my birthday. Enjoy. Thank you so much, everyone, for the love you're showing me through super chats on my morning. Okay. Thank on my morning videos. Oh, are you on Blueberry? I think I gotta follow you on Facebook if I'm not already. Or are you on YouTube? Are you on YouTube, Blueberry? Candy Kisses said I've been a member, just don't know what happened. You know what? Candy Kisses, this page just got back remonetized. So this page was actually demonetized. I have another monetized page here on YouTube, but this one right here just got remonetized last month. So if you had a membership over here, it was canceled and you should have got your money back for the membership. So, but now you can still get your membership again now that it's remonetized. So a lot of my members, I had like over 200 members over here, and I lost them once I got demonetized. So yeah, you just have to rejoin the membership. Thank you so much, Candy Kisses.
By late November 2023, Schinara was homeless. She got evicted from their family home because she could no longer afford the rent on her own. So she made the decision to move in with Marvin, along with her children, which was the second worst decision she could have made, followed by the first, advocating for his release. Not long after, Marvin became delinquent on his rent and was facing...
Now, see, that's the part I'm confused about because she doing wedding invitations and all of this stuff like that, but they don't even live together. Okay, so I guess she was waiting until they actually got married before they moved in together, which is the right way to go, I guess. But she eventually got put out of her home and had to move in with Marvin because she couldn't pay her rent. That's another thing. In my opinion, it is what it is. But even if I don't live with the man, if I have a man, there's no reason I should be getting evicted. I'm sorry, not sorry. You know what I'm saying? If I fall hard on my luck, even if he doesn't live with me, he should be helping me. Y'all women, y'all got to come on now. I'm not gonna be dating or in a serious relationship, especially not engaged to somebody that would allow me to be getting evicted and getting an eviction on my background.
Eviction, and his car notes were also not being paid, and his car was repossessed. Adding to that was his jury trial, which was scheduled for April 2024, and everything suddenly seemed hopeless for Marvin. On Monday, December 11, 2023, a day after Schinara celebrated her 34th birthday, at around 8 in the morning, Marvin woke up while everyone else was still asleep. He took his gun, went into the living room, and shot the
Okay, so I'm not gonna really play all of that because then it starts getting a little graphic. Matter of fact, let me see if I can mute it. These right here are her three biological children. Um, these are not his kids. These are her biological children. So he goes on after her birthday, and he then makes the decision to get up and unalive all three of her children and her execution style. Somebody say drop the membership link. Can somebody drop it for me? Because I don't. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Do I know how to do this? Memberships. Hold on, y'all. Hmm. Oh, I found it. I found it. Okay, let me drop it in the chat. Now, it's not really saying, what ignited him to do that, but what I believe is that he was doing something to them kids. I feel like he was doing something to those kids. And he did that because he didn't want to get caught. See, let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something. Amber said, "Hey, I remember this story. I talked about it on my panel." Okay, I gotta go catch it, check it out. Martha said he made her lose everything, even her kids' life. So let me tell y'all something, right? This is why um it is very dangerous. You shouldn't even, I feel like I shouldn't even have to say this. But okay, I got my members coming in. Thank you guys. Thank you, Latay, for the membership. Thank you, You Changed Me, for the membership. Thank you so much, NXS. The mom, oh, she was in the home. The mom was in the home. She had moved her and her kids in, and he took her life as well. But let me tell you guys something. So when it comes, the reason why, and like I said, I don't feel like I should have to say this, but the reason why child predators are so dangerous is because they are so, yes, she was unalived as well. They are so desperate to not get caught. He's getting evicted. She had already got evicted and his car was up for repossession. They are so desperate not to be caught that they will go to such extreme measures to commit, unaliving. Okay, they will go as far as to take you and everybody else out, so and themselves out, because they just can't live with everybody knowing who they really are and what they really did. So when you're dealing with somebody who is willing to, or if you're dealing with somebody, first of all, you got to be a bold effort to touch anybody's child inappropriately, because most mamas are crazy, and most mamas will unalive you for messing with their children. I mean, it just is what it is. The type of love that a mom has for a child is really incomparable to anything else in the world. There's literally no one else. There is literally no one else in the whole world that I would take a life for, lose my life for, or go to jail for, other than my kids. So that's a very dangerous thing to mess with a woman's children. I'm just letting you know. So if you're really bold enough to touch a child, knowing that somebody might do something to your ass, that's a bold move. So if you're that bold, oh, trust and believe. I believe that every child offender, every child predator, child molester has that demon within them, to where if anybody were to find out who they really were, then they would go as far as to unalive somebody. Because if you bold enough to touch a child, who knows what else you're capable of. Okay. Because you got to think about it. I know I got some mamas in the building. And when you really think about your children, it's almost scary what we want, what we will do for our kids. I was thinking about this the other day. Um, and I have one of my best friends. She's my age. She doesn't have any children. It's not because she can't. She says that she's not ready for children. Okay. She's 36, so she's 1 year younger than me. And when I asked her why, she said it's just the financial responsibility, the fight. And I said, girl, please. I said, child, when you do have kids, or if you choose to have children, baby, the financial responsibility is the last thing that you're gonna be thinking about. The biggest, the biggest I ain't gonna say problem, but I would say the biggest worry when you have children is not finances. It's the emotional tie that you have to your children. When your children are away from you, you're always wondering if they're okay. It really creates a certain level of anxiety. I mean, you have to have a really good relationship with God. You have to pray over your children, and you have to have that sense that God is protecting your children even when you are not around. And I think that is one of the things that, the biggest stressors of having children is they're always on your mind. You always have it in the back of your mind or in the front of your mind that you got somebody out here that's a little you that you have to protect, and that God gave you to protect. So you have a job 24/7 really for the rest of your life. So it's far deeper than just finances. Okay. It becomes scary when you think about what you will do if somebody puts hands on your children. It becomes scary when you actually think about what you won't do. Because there is literally, I know I got moms in the chat that can resonate with me. There is literally nothing that I won't do for my kids. I will jump in front of a moving train for my kids. I will jump in front of a bullet for my kids. Ain't nobody else in the world that I would do that for. So that shows you the amount of love, because we knew them before they knew themselves. I think a lot of child predators may not know how deep it is when it comes to the love that a mother has before um, the mother has for her child. Because if they did know, then I don't think that they would be bold enough to do what they do. Because, like I said, it's deep when you know that person before they even get to know themselves. They grow in your body. Did you know that when you carry a child and you grow a baby in your body, a little piece of that child, this is a scientific fact. Look it up. A little piece of that child is DNA remains in your body for the rest of your life. So a piece of that child is in you forever. So that's a deep connection. So I'm speaking on how strong the biological bond is between a child and a mother, and the emotional tie is between a child and a mother. Because when you think about how strong that is, and you still allow a piece of trash in your house to be around your precious children, it shows how deep the trauma is, or how deep and serious that negative stigma that lies within the Black community has, or the influence it has over the Black single mothers in society. Even knowing how much you love these little people, just because you don't want to be looked at as a baby mama, because y'all know everything that Black women do, they try to turn it into something ghetto, into something horrible. If you end up not staying with the person that you had kids with, then they try to put you down lower on a totem pole. I mean, it's all over social media. And that's ingrained in these women to the point where, ooh, I don't want to be a part of that culture. I don't want to be a part of that society. So because I don't want to be a part of that culture, I'll let a child molester move in my home, because at least it looks like I have a man here. So nobody can say that I'm single. Okay. Oh yeah, I know he has. I've been with him for 30 years and he still ain't married me, but I'm gonna let him stay here because I don't want people to say I'm single. Shit like that. I mean, it's sad. It really, really is. Hey Peggy Ray. Candy Kisses says predators study their weakness. Most predators know they can lie and convince that mother otherwise. Facts. Not only that, this is a good topic to have, y'all. Not only that, but for if I have even, and I'm not saying, oh, I'm so old and wise, because I'm only 37, but that's old enough, okay? And so I got a little bit of knowledge, okay? If I have any single moms in here that are younger single moms, please understand that you must use your discernment when dating. Every man out here that is interested in you, and let's just be honest, y'all. I hate to say this because I know it sounds terrible, but it's the truth. Most men that's worth a damn ain't out here looking for a woman with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 kids. Okay, they just not, because it's a lot of responsibility. Now it is possible for a man to find you, fall in love, because it don't matter how many kids you have, you're the one that God said is for him. That can happen. That can happen. But you ain't got a whole bunch of men, you know, jumping hurdles to be with a single mom with a bunch of kids. That's just a fact. And because that's a fact, if you do have a man that is interested in you, you need to vet him seriously, because you have to make sure that he's interested in you and not your kids. Okay? Because a lot of these freaky ass niggas, they be looking at your daughters. They be looking at your sons. They be looking at your kids. They look for women with kids because they like kids. So you just make sure when it comes to dating us single moms, we got to take it a little bit more serious. I'm just letting y'all know. Y'all got to do background checks. Y'all got to vet these men. Y'all got to stop letting them come over your house after 1 month of knowing them. You got to take it more serious. It's serious. And also, now that we're speaking on this is the reason why I go so hard on Brianna, because I've said this in the past and I've said it so many times. She disgusts me because she's pushing a very dangerous lifestyle. The narrative that she is promoting on her platform is actually a very dangerous, irresponsible lifestyle. The fact that she got a divorce from her husband. Matter of fact, let's go back further. The fact that she actually moved in with a man that she met on the internet, which would be LaTruth. Thank God LaTruth turned out not to be a creep, right? But it could have gone another way. She literally drove to move her and her kids in with a man that she met on the internet. That's irresponsible in itself. Thank God it turned out to be an okay situation. But then she gets a divorce from LaTruth. She meets a man at whatever premiere or whatever, Janelle, and she moves him in immediately before the divorce is even finalized. He turns out to be an abuser, and he turns out to be beating on her kids as well, from what we understand, allegedly. So y'all, we got to be careful out here, okay? Thank you so much. Did you just do this? Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Blueberry Boots. Upper, go get a bottle on Blueberry for her birthday. Me in the chat. I in the chat love you and your commentary. Enjoy your day, everyone. Thank you all for the love. I got to go back to work. Thank you so much, Blueberry Boots. Okay, this is deep. I have one son. He's my everything. When he's hurt, I can feel it. That's a fact. Let's see. Chandrika said, yes, it can happen. God sent me an amazing husband with no kids, and I had 5, but before that, I didn't play about that. My own kid's dad violated our daughter after he got out of prison. I'll tell my story. Chandrika, are you my friend on Facebook, or do you follow me on Facebook? If you follow me on, let me show you my Facebook page. Hold on. I want you to inbox me so that if you feel comfortable sharing whenever you feel comfortable sharing your story, I want you to share it on my platform. Let me pull up my Facebook page, just in case you don't know. I know it's silly, but yes, I am Tyrone Biggums on Facebook. So this is my Facebook page. If you're not following me on Facebook, please follow me on Facebook. And I did try to disable my inbox. It didn't work, so maybe that's a good thing. So just inbox me on Facebook, please, so that you, whenever you're ready to share your story, I would love for you to share it on my platform. Let me pull this back up. I'm gonna get off in a minute, y'all, because Retta going live at 10. I was gonna, I might have to change the title of this live because I was gonna do a throwback video review. I might have to wait, do that on another live. Regal Essence said, "Peace and blessings, everyone. This serious discussion is so crucial at this time." Thank you so much, Regal Essence. I hope I'm saying your name right. Leah Rowe says, "I have 4 boys and 1 girl. The girl is the baby. My husband and I sat our sons down and had a straightforward conversation on never to look at or touch her inappropriately or to protect her only." That is such an essential. I love that you just brought that up. That is such an essential conversation because I think that a lot of people don't realize that until children are taught, they don't know, especially when it comes to stuff like that. One of the excuses that a lot of people use, or one of the things that a lot of people say is, "Oh, boys will be boys. Oh, he touched his sister. Oh, he don't know no better. Boys will be boys." Because I remember I ain't even going to say too much, but I'm going to say this. I had a friend where this friend told me that when she was a teenager, her cousin, who was the same age as her, they were left in the house alone because her cousin's parents had to take a family member to the airport. So they were in the house alone. The cousin actually asked her to have, sex or whatever. And she said, "What?" She was like, "No." He was like, "Come on, nobody got to know about it." And she said, "No." And do you know that this woman kept this secret until she got older? And when she got older, this is so disgusting to me now that I think about it. Like, I'm just getting upset now just thinking about it. She said, matter of fact, I ain't gonna say she said, I actually witnessed it. Okay. She told a family member, and it was very like unplanned, and she just kind of just threw it out there. Because that cousin would, come to family events and stuff. And she said, he tried to, mess with me when I was a teenager. We were kind of the same age. She was like, but I thought it was weird. And she talked about it, and she was telling about what happened and everything. And the family member that she told said, "Man, stop being dramatic." She was like, "Oh," they were like, "Oh my God, that happened so long ago." Back then, when I witnessed that, I was a lot younger. So it did not resonate how serious, how disgusting it was that her experience was um basically just made to seem like it was no big deal. And even though she was not actually touched, just the simple fact that he requested to always stuck with her, and she was disturbed by it, and she was uncomfortable around him because of it. But when she finally opened up and tried to explain it and tell somebody, even as an adult, they brushed her off. I sat there and watched it. But at that time, I think I was like in my early 20s, maybe like 20 or 21. And when you that age, it's like whatever. But now that I look back on it, I'm like, wow, this person really sat there and listened to her trauma and said, "F you," pretty much. So what? You're being dramatic. That was a long time ago. Okay, but he didn't do anything to you. And it's just like, wow. And this is what I mean when I say um, the black community. And this is how they feel. Okay. So oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much. I'm chosen. Uh, okay, yep. Chandrika, I'll get with you. I will get with you tomorrow. Write me an inbox so you and I can discuss like what time is best for you. And you know what? Anyone else who has had that experience, I would love for you to come on my panel so that Chandrika is not alone. We can, whoever has had an experience like this or dealt with a creep or whatever the case is, I want you to come up on my panel. If it's nothing else that I hate more, and I don't use the word hate very often, but I hate pedophiles. I've never actually dealt with it, thank God. This because I was very, very sheltered as a child, and I could pretty much shelter my kids the same way. But not saying that it still can't happen, even if you are sheltered. To be honest with you, but however, for some reason that's just like one of those things. I hate people like that. And I know that God says you shouldn't hate, but I mean, I just that's just one of the things that literally it makes me literally sick to my stomach to hear stuff like that. I don't even understand. I oftentimes I follow this page on YouTube where people go up for parole, and you literally watch the interview between the parole board and the offender, and a lot of these offenders are child predators. And I watched them, and I watched one very recently where the guy told the victim as he was up for parole. Because when you go up for in front of a parole board, you try to make yourself. April said, "I'll join the discussion, please. You guys, send me inboxes on Facebook so that we can get together." Um, Thank you, April. Um, he said, "I just feel like it happened a long time ago. You just need to get over it." I said, "What?" And I don't I can't even understand how somebody could have a job. I would never let that type of person out of jail. You are going to prison for the rest of your life. Parole board, I'd be like, nope, can't get out. you know. So I just don't feel. I feel like that is one offense that is the same as unaliving somebody, because you are unaliving them. You're unaliving their spirit. You taking away their innocence for your own 10 minutes or whatever it was of pleasure. You changed their life. You destroyed their life in 10 minutes or however long. Had no regard for how they felt. And I really feel like it's on the same level as murder. I really do, because you killed their spirit. You killed that child's spirit. Okay. So yeah. I just don't understand how those people are even let out of prison. I get so mad when I be watching those parole board videos.
He shot 14-year-old, shooting her in the back out. No.
I hear one of the kids, they're breathing. They're trying to breathe.
Marvin Patterson's brother, frantic, around 10 a.m. December 11th. He says Marvin texted him, overwhelmed. Then he kicked down the apartment door to see the tragedy within.
So,
It's some stuff I'm not going to be able to play. This is the father of the oldest child speaking.
But yesterday, the fight ended.
Nothing at all. Did you ever think he was? Her daughters were killed in a murder. Her daughter. Nothing at all. Did you ever think he was capable of something like this? No. No. Lay calls the situation heartbreaking, but wants the community to remember Nara and her daughters as beautiful souls.
All of them was full of life. They was on their own unique person.
Questions remain, though, about why Nara was at Patterson's apartment. A law enforcement source tells News 3 she was recently evicted from her home. Patterson was under house arrest and ordered to not have contact with children under 18 years old, part of his bail conditions after being charged with sex crimes against children, according to court documents.
I don't know why she was there, they was there, I don't know.
Shinara's sister, Michaela Bernodi. Kayla fondly remembers her nieces.
Duty, that's Zamira. She was sweet. Like, she was the most innocent child I ever met. Like, she didn't have a mean bone in her body. Keziah was goofy. She loved to draw.
And she gave Shinara and her daughters a beautiful send-off.
Yeah, I can't watch that.
About your children in these decisions. Marvin created this mess, yet he didn't want to deal with it alone, and instead dragged everyone closest to him in the mess with him, even putting a bullet in his own 6-year-old child's head.
Oh, so the youngest child was his child. I think he unalived himself too, because he's a coward. He couldn't face the consequences of his actions. So let me go ahead and pull this down. He's a coward. He took his own life because he couldn't live with the repercussions and the feedback from everybody from what he did. Yeah, I think he took Tanise, I think he took his own life. Goddess Lot said, God, I thank you for choosing me in spite all Let me read it over here. God, I thank you for choosing me in spite of all the kids I have because of the way I love and protect all kids as well as mine. Got two ninjas doing time for some foul shit to me as a kid. You got a lot of people. We have a lot. There are a lot of people who have dealt with or who are victims or no victims of child predators. Let me say this before I get off, y'all, because I got to get off and I got to get to work in a minute. Let me say this: as a new content creator or as a new blogger, whatever it is you want to call me, I have learned that I have to be very conscious of what I promote on my platform. There is certain things and certain people that I will not connect. What I hate to say my brand because I feel like that's such a big word for such a small channel, but I'll say there's certain things that I'm not going to connect myself with. One of those things will be a child predator. I think it's very foolish to promote a child predator on your platform. And and the reason that I say that is because number one, that's common sense, and you should not want to keep that type of company. That's number one. Number two, you never know who is in your audience who follows you and supports you, who has also been a victim of a pedophile. So for somebody to ever be promoting or be friends with or let them predators up on a panel to speak to anybody, I think that it's disgusting and I think it's a disregard to your audience. And I would never do it. Okay. I think it's disgusting. So that's how I feel about that. You got to be so careful with what you promote, what you accept, and who you give attention to. And that's another reason why I didn't even want to say that content creator's name, the pedophile. I didn't want to say his name because I didn't want to bring too much traction to his channel. I don't want to do it, you know. Uh, you change. Oh my God, you sound just like me. You changed me. Said I couldn't be on a jury trial in a case like this because I wouldn't even be listening to the evidence. In my mind, you'd be guilty. I don't even want to hear the evidence. I don't want to hear about why you did it. If you do, you did it. You're going to die. You're going to jail. You ain't getting out. Ain't no bond. Set the bail at $55 million. You ain't getting out. You just ain't getting out. Don't down talk your channel. Your channel is not small. Oh, thank you, Latte. Michelle said, I have a story that ended in tragedy. I really want you guys to hit me up on Facebook. I'm going to pull this up. Matter of fact, we're going to set up a, you know what, just hit me up on Facebook. I ain't going to say when I'm setting it up because you can't really talk about your plans here on YouTube because you're going to turn around, somebody else going to be damn doing it. Okay. So just hit me up in my inbox. Oh gosh. I didn't mean to show that. I'm sorry. Somebody be hitting me up, somebody be hitting you up, be doing it the next day. So hit me up in my inbox because let me pull it up again. Hold on. Let me do this over. Hold on. And Chandrika, I got your message. So I'm definitely gonna give you a call. Okay. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna give you a call. I got your message. If anybody else wants to be involved in just the discussion about the issues in the Black community with the acceptance of predators in our community, and how you've been affected, how your family's been affected by it, hit me up in my inbox, and then we're gonna go ahead and do a live stream, and I can let you know what day we're gonna do it. Okay. You don't see the message button on my page, really? Is it because let me see. Hold on. April, let me see. Are we friends or are you just following me? I think maybe we have to be friends. Maybe do you see the add friend button? Let me see. April. Let's see. I know April, I know you just I just saw you on one of my posts. Let's see. I don't see it anymore. I'm trying to scroll and see if I can find you, April. Because I know I just saw you on my I saw you under one of my posts, but I don't see it now for some reason. Um, Hold on, y'all. Sorry for this. I'm just trying to find something. Um, I don't see it. I don't know. How about this, April? How about just whatever I posted recently, like my most recent, because I be posting a lot of silly videos. Just make a comment. Just say anything under there, and then I oh, you went to my personal page. Yeah, I don't be on the B Jackson page like that. I'm usually on the upper echelon page. Okay, you see it now. Okay. Okay, yeah, I'm about to get up off here. I hope you guys enjoyed my commentary. Every now and again, I'm gonna come to you guys with a more serious topic. Let me see if I could change the title of this because I don't think, yeah, I didn't have time to cover that throwback video. So let me change the title. Okay. So yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed the commentary. Like I said, every now and again, we're gonna come with a serious topic. I'm really uh big on, and I have a deep interest in a lot of societal issues or cultural issues within the Black community. Like that's something that I'm interested in. So that's something I'm going to come to you guys to, and we're going to be breaking those things down along with entertainment and everything else. And of course, infamous LaTrue saga, I'll still be covering that. So make sure you like the live stream on the way out because I'm getting ready to end it. Also, make sure that you make sure that you are subscribed to my, that notification bell is also hit. I want to say thank you to everybody who supported me with super chats, super stickers in this live stream. I really appreciate you. And thank you so much to everybody that sent a cash app. I appreciate the monetary support. Also, if you weren't able to support me monetarily, just you all being in the chat, liking my live stream, and watching is support as well. So thank you for that. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day, and I will see you guys later. I think Retta is going to be live in about 30 minutes. So it's a whole lineup here. All right, y'all. Peace.